This series is intended to provide actionable items that you can implement on your own and start to get progress and alignment within. So today's topic is about learning, and one thing that I want to share about learning, which has nothing to do um, with the actual topic, is really about the soul. Learning about the soul, and when you are in service to others, that your soul aligns automatically. So that's just 2 cents. So something you didn't know maybe before. But today's topic is about learning and the importance of having a time in which you dedicate to learning. I do it every single day. My preference is in the mornings, and I usually spend 30 minutes. Sometimes it can be 2 hours. It just depends on what particular topic I'm diving deep into, and really enjoying. But why is learning important for being in sync? Well, as we all know, as we get and grow in our self reflection and our personal awareness, that requires learning. It requires adjustment. It requires being more flexible. It requires understanding. So, as we are becoming more aware and learning about ourselves, if we dedicate time for that learning, it will help us to integrate it. And here's what most people don't understand about learning is that for things to be actually integrated within your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body, you must have time to integrate that. Now, everybody might integrate things differently, but most people don't integrate anything past their intellect. And they don't make it a part of their way of being. That's one of the things that I noticed when I was working with the military specifically. There would be a list every year that would come out of the top 100 books that every leader, captain and senior leader in the government was recommended or highly encouraged to read. But what was happening, I noticed with these captains that were reading those lists, is that they were reading the material, but they couldn't integrate any of it past their mind. And if you actually ask them what they read or what stood out to them or what were they learning, they couldn't actually tell you what they were learning because they were just going through the motions. So setting dedicated time, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours a day, that's just, if you look at the scope of things, 24 hours in a day, that's not that much time to just dedicate for yourself and your learning. So let's just say that you are making this series part of your daily process and you're going to learn about some of these different topics. Some of them may be interesting to you and really hit home, while other ones may not hit as much. But those topics are all going to be in alignment with the natural laws, oneness, and just you becoming more aligned within, creating the inner world, because it's the inner world that creates our experiences on the outer world. And people who try to fix the outer world without addressing the inner world, they struggle repeatedly. So, topics that you might learn in your 30 minutes sessions or hour sessions could vary, right? Because you're going to be learning a lot of different topics. You want to challenge yourself to learn something new every single day. You should be learning. At the end of the day, you should be reflecting, or I highly recommend that you reflect and say, what did I learn today? Is there something that happened today that I need to learn from? What is that learning that I need to have? If you had a practice like that, you would grow exponentially faster. Topics like that are aligned to being in sync would be like understanding life force, the conscious breath. How does that work? Why does that considered life force? Well, we know we die without the breath, but what is the power of the breath? And there's so many different languages in which chi is talked about, but it's critical for us to sustain, grow, and evolve as humans. Do you know how you're taking in life force? Do you know where it's restricted? Do you know how it's restricted when you're in particular situations. It would be really a fascinating thing to dive deep into life force energy to see if you have any closed systems, both in your relationships and or your actual physical body systems. Um, Another topic that would be really excellent to learn about and dive deep into is the nervous system. So many people spend so much time focusing on the brain, and the brain is very interesting. I used to be a part of a brain club. I'm a nerd. I love this stuff. But the nervous system is even more important, I would say, than the functioning of the brain because it directly impacts the functioning of the brain. And all the time that I was in the brain club, they never talked about the nervous system. And all of our systems need to work together. So, those are some good topics to learn about. You could also learn about meditation. The one thing I would say about meditation when you're learning about meditation is anybody that says that you have to do it this particular way all the time, that's the wrong teacher. Okay. Meditation is simply a tool that is used to go inward. So, whether you do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, don't get into meditation ego as many of the spiritual people do. Don't do that. It's not about that. It's really about creating that presence within yourself. So, cheers to learning something new every day. I am Kiana Sage and I guide people to peace. Have a great day.